part of it is it's a big boondoggle. It's very sexy to shareholders and all that. But I do think there's an ideological component of it, which is that a lot of the investment AI is about tech companies convincing themselves and each other that they can get rid of all these spoiled fucking employees that they secretly have hated for years with their six-figure salaries and replace them with a robot.
Oh, no. That hate is not a secret. For a lot of people working in tech today, it's very well known and very obvious that far from a trivial number of our bosses hate our guts and see us as nothing more than a necessary evil they cannot wait to replace with a large language model. Day in and day out, I hear stories of tech professionals being treated with thinly veiled scorn, and people at my level are often asked how much we can do with AI so we don't have to hire any mid-level or junior devs. Which sucks, because how are we going to get new generations of senior devs and staff plus people if we don't give juniors any experience? But you don't have to take my word for it. At the start of the great tech layoff mania, there was a letter from a Google investor basically saying you have to fire all these pampered, overpaid engineers. That money belongs to us, the shareholders. So just to put that in proper context, yes, a lot of senior staff and principal engineers do make six figures. At the same time, a lot of these jobs are in high cost of living areas, and as soon as they started moving to cheaper places during the pandemic because they could finally work remotely, they got hit for financial retaliation for trying to stretch those dollars. Salary cuts, frozen bonuses and raises, and return to office mandates, so they either couldn't move or had to pay for the privilege of doing so. Only a small number of engineers are actually getting rich. Most of us are paid just enough to feel like the job is still worth it and we can't quit, but nowhere near enough to feel financially secure, especially these days. I know, that's true for almost everyone in America, which is exactly my point. We're all in the same crab bucket. Where exactly in the bucket we are doesn't matter if the destination for 90% of us is a boiling pot. And yet, here we have an obnoxiously, ostentatiously wealthy finance bro demanding that tens of thousands of experts are regularly kicked to the curb because how dare they be living it up with their highfalutin Costco memberships and cars that run instead of the money they earn by, let me check my notes here. Oh yeah, keeping the company he owns running, just going directly into his pockets. I cannot imagine the level of greed and sociopathy it takes to amass so much that your grandchildren's grandchildren won't have to lift a finger to live a life of luxury beyond anything we can imagine. Take one look at one of the few remaining careers when people can actually maybe get ahead before age 50 and angrily demand their livelihoods as well. But that and the distinct lack of wealthy parents is probably why I'm not a billionaire.